as Garrett Rakowski will take on Bob McCoy here in our first semifinal match. Ryan Mooneyham joining me. I am, of course, William Stuart. Thanks for joining us here on USA Darts as we get underway with the Shark Tank Shootout. Ryan, what's your thoughts on this match? Of course, we got the bullet, Garrett Rakowski. He's a quality talent. But Bob, we found out, has been playing for quite some time now. 35 years, been taking some stints where he took a couple breaks, huh?
Yeah, 35 years, you probably had 10 or 15 years you traveled. You took 6 or 7 years off, depending on life. We see players that come out real strong, and then they raise their children, and then they change jobs or they retire, and then we see them back on the streams and back in the hunt in these big tournaments that you didn't know that they were. When you're a new player, you didn't know who they were.
Exactly. Garrett starting off right with some triple 20s, big 180 to lead us off.
That's what Porky just told me in the background, that Garrett was a $180 machine on him.
Well, what Hilger didn't tell you is he almost hit a 9 tonight as well. So how about that?
I was just Garrett. We have seen at Whammo, we have seen at the Billiard Cup multiple times through the bull shooter. He is coming up strong and fast. I'd like to see him stretch his wings a little bit as life allows.
Yeah, that's the thing. If life allows him to get out further, he does have a couple kids, I believe, 2 or 3. 2 kids and a lovely wife.
Yeah, I think it's 3 kids, and I don't think they're too terribly old.
No, they're very young, and that's the thing. That's what he expressed to me in the past. Is it's hard for me to get around to all these events because of that. Big 180 from Bob McCoy. How about that? Oh, sorry, low ton. Deceived by one of those darts into the trip 1. Yeah, but I mean, if Garrett can get out to some more steel tip events, man, he could be quality. Look at this. Another one to leave 56. Fantastic.
56 after 9. That's going to be tough to deal with for anybody in this field. Yeah, it's life in general. I mean, the darts in the United States is not a true profession for just a handful. So raising a family comes first, darts comes second. You would love to see someone like Garrett Rakowski, in and out of the big tournaments, because the man can play darts.
He can. We've seen the likes of Rick Hinsey, what he's been able to do on the steel tip side as well as the soft tip side. I wanted to mention him because, well, he's been making a run in the DPFL, doing fantastic work there. And him and his boy did well at Music City last year. So it just goes to show you, some of these soft tip players, man, they're not soft tip players, they're dart players. And that's what we need to start recognizing them as.
And that's the thing that over the years, that I always try to be a balanced player. I want to be able to walk into a soft tip tournament and compete, walk into a steel tip tournament and compete. I know that there are those players who are heavy on the steel. There's some players that are just heavy on the south. 9 times out of 10, it's all because of their area and their tournament situations. There's tops. Nice check for Garrett Rakowski. 56 after 9, then he messes around just a little bit, but that doesn't keep him from getting the leg. No, but so it is nice to see some of that crossover.
Yeah, it is, and it's diddle every leg. I kind of would like to see the alternate myself, but to each their own as we get some waves in the background.
Well, this is a shootout, so remember, if it was a long format, best of 9, stuff like that, maybe. But this being a shootout, yeah, I'm okay with it.
Yeah. I mean, they did extend the format, which is nice. I mean, last year our finals was best of 3. This year,
that is definitely a true shootout.
Yeah, best of 7 this year for our finals, and of course you see it here, best of 5 for our semis. So Garrett once
again. Got it in him?
Man, look at this, Ryan.
Oh, we wanted the third.
He definitely wanted the third. As I forgot I got a paper in front of me because now I'm the score person for their game. We did get a question in here. what's the next event we will be at? That is going to be Which City up in Nashua, New Hampshire. Not this coming weekend, but the weekend after. So looking forward to being up there in Nashua once again for the Which City Open. Brought to you by the Minutemen Dart League.
They have some talented players in that area. Oh, boy, howdy.
A lot of talented players. That was, I think it still is the biggest league in the world, if I'm not mistaken. But at one point, they had 10,000 members, and now I think they have somewhere around 3,000 members.
Yeah, I mean, there could be, like everyone's starting to see some growth in their leagues and some, they could be on their next rebound. The other thing that people don't realize is when you go to Which City or Seacoast, hey, your folks from across the border are going to be there, and they're coming to play darts.
And there's some top shots in that right in that neck of the woods of Canada, right across the border. There's some quality players that come down to make that event. Jim Long won. I believe we'll probably see him. Maybe a few more.
Depending on the PDC tour schedule, we usually see Jeff Smith in some fashion, either Seacoast or Which City or both. Syracuse is another one. Bob McCoy definitely in the backside of this leg. Rakowski out in front. McCoy's got to have to triple. Needs another triple here. Go to the 19s.
Anna Morietti joining us, the tournament director for Which City, as well as Danny Baggish. What's going on, Danny? And, of course, Mr. Steve Hilger joining us, talking barbecue. This dude made two pit stops in an hour today for lunch food.
I think we need. You got travel baggage. I think you need to do the Porky food venue.
Buddy, we've already been working on that. How about that? We've got an Adventures with Porky that started off with him interviewing the ugly mug of the day, Phil Glosky over there, Mickey Mousky as we call him. Now we're going to start doing some food reviews with Porky because, man, oh, man, could those get interesting. That does look delicious.
Let's see if Garrett goes 19s or 20s. He's looking up top.
Oh, my goodness. Right into that trip one. Unfortunate, and does it again. So here we go. Bob looking at double 16 to pull off a 1-1 scoreline here.
Right so
with authority.
I can see Garrett's face on that one. Opens the first leg with a 41 average. That one drops down to 30. Not too happy. Bob, it looks like he's just steady Eddie. Stay with the pace. Come through. Won the leg. Wins the cork here. Can put Garrett on his heels.
Bob did say his kids have been pushing him out to get out and about more now that they're a little bit grown. He said that, so.
Porky is no gentleman. Boy, that cork is huge in this.
It is
cork
massive.
Is huge because you got to go ton plus to get on.
Of course, Garrett getting the start here once again. And he's starting off great, man. Hitting at least 2 triples every time he comes up to start off a leg. That is damaging to your opponent.
You can definitely tell Bob is a seasoned vet. He didn't trip one first start, didn't really phase in his motions right into the 20s, the second 2 and the third one. So, a newer player would have just dropped their head or pulled to the left or been upset. Bob just went through it. Steady Eddie.
Yeah, he says he was able to find his darts here fast. Let's be real about that. I mean, 35 years, you're going to pick them up and you're going to find your groove here. Let's be honest. It's not hard to do when you've had that much experience, but it does take a little time, but We'll see if he can. I mean, the semifinal's nice. This is a single elimination, but he's come through a couple individuals. Look at this from
Does he
Garrett.
got a third?
He does. Massive,
Call it out.
massive from Garrett Rakowski. That is a big 180. Benny Durr says takes longer for others in regards to
especially when you get in your 50s.
Oh my goodness. Benny, good to have you here, sir. Thanks for joining us. He still makes his way out to tournaments every now and then. Good shot there from Garrett Rakowski. Takes out the 98 with 2 darts, 45.55 for a 2-1 lead.
Do you feel pressure to get this cork if you're Bob?
You have to.
You
have
think
to feel
I
a
gotta
little bit of
have this
pressure
cork?
here.
I've got to start this leg.
And he does well starting off there. I mean, it's easy to kind of, when you're starting off there, it's easy to chili dip one and put one underneath, Benny
Right in the black.
Benny gave it to you. He said, easy guy, I'm only 46. Well, Ryan, how old are you, bud?
49.
Oh, you're creeping up on it, my guy. You're creeping up
I
on
know,
it.
that's the problem.
Oh, wow.
And by the time I raised all 5 kids and started playing darts, I was in my 40s.
5 kids, now you got a little mullet running around. What are you going to do with that one?
Actually, well, let's talk about this trip 20 that he's getting ready to throw. There you go. 180.
My goodness.
Yeah, the baby's doing pretty good.
So I believe 4 times. This is the 4th leg that Garrett Rakowski has started off with 2 triples to open us off.
Opening leg 180.
A 123.
123. Yep.
Just massive. Bob follows him in with a nice 140 just to kind of keep himself in there. But that's the thing. You see the darts there for Garrett. He put that second one right over the top of the first. And that's because of
he doesn't move. He keeps
and those flights, man.
Yeah, if you notice, he doesn't move his body very much. He just moves the elbow.
Yeah.
And his eyes is always on the prize. He never takes his eyes off that board.
In it
Does
once
he got a
again,
third?
man. Wow. It's still massive. A 140 there to leave 81.
Bob's got to have a two triple turn here to really put the pressure on. Down to the 19s. It's a good lead. Garrett leads at 140's checkable.
But this 81 can go 57 for double 12.
Oh, you got to go to the 12.
And he's going for it. Look at this. Double 13 outside for Rakowski, but Bob with the tall task of 140.
You think he goes triple stops?
I don't know, man. That's tough. It's all determined on
no
position. Now he can't go out at all.
Bob, you're not out of it yet. Garrett goes inside 13. We've seen what Gregory did in the top 16.
Oh, the 18 wide here.
Can't say yay or nay on that.
Oh. That is difficult. And it's double top to go to a decider. That was just outside. Oh. Difficult.
Doesn't break his motion.
Gets
Bob
it. Great.
Did not break his motion.
Yeah, great shot to overcome and grab that one to tie us up 2-2 here. As Garrett says, that's how it should be. That's why we're here in the background in regards to Bob saying I probably didn't deserve that one.
See, the problem with the soft tip board's going to mark that 13. It could have been a double. It could have been a single. It could have been a flight that hit it. You know, if it had been a steel tip board that didn't stick, it would have been a miss.
Yeah, well, clearly I missed it. I mean, I shot over to that double 13 a little too late there because I didn't even see that I was just focused on the board there. But
yeah, it's just an unlucky.
That's what it is, and sometimes it's not even the tip that hits it; it's something else, you know. And
yeah,
is what it is.
We've had fantastic corking in the final leg. Little nerves? Come on now. Yeah. It's just the semifinals.
Once again, this is our semifinals here. Last leg decider. We will have the other semifinals and finals of our event. That's the only coverage we've got for you this evening. They do have a blind draw going on as well. But we at least wanted to jump on here and give you some of the Shark Tank shootout coverage because it is definitely a great bit of action. Let's be honest. Split bull, 501. It's appetizing, man. It's appetizing.
Best of 5, 2-2 scoreline, and both guys open up with solid 60s. Who wants it? Who wants it?
That is the question here. They're fighting it out. I mean, big opportunity here is they've actually got split up payments here, which is kind of weird. I'm sure they'll figure that out down the road because they got third and fourth payments, but it's $150 for third, $100 for fourth. Seconds $250 and $100 for first. So I don't know if they're just going to split that to $125 for third and fourth. I assume that's what they do. That must have just been a typo. Big 180.
Boom. That's a clutch round right there. McCoy has got to hit right here.
He's got to come up with at least two. At least two.
He's going to drop to the 19s. Is this the momentum shift? Is this Garrett Rakowski's 180-180?
Well, the pressure is still on to hit a triple here, and he's at least whittled it down to a checkout opportunity for Mr. Bob. It's a little bit more difficult. He can't just keep it in the one wedge. He's got to kind of maneuver around here. But that certainly will help, Ryan. That will help as well.
Stay there.
Massive.
That's
from
clutch.
Bob.
That is clutch. 180 when you need it.
So this 161, you feel it has to go, don't you?
It's got to go, and it's going to be in the black. It's not. Nope. Oh, not happy. Not happy. Not happy. Does he go bull 17 or double bull double 16? Does he go the 42 route? What do we got?
I would go bull.
I go bull because I like the 17 and then I like to go the top. But what does Bob want to do?
Yeah, 25-17 tops is my route. But he's going to go with the 54-28, Ryan. And he gets it. My goodness.
I didn't call it. You didn't call it. He goes, watch this, boys. 54-28.
Rakowski can't even believe it. He just shakes his hand and says, good shooting. And we'll have to move on as Bob McCoy secures a final spot here at the Shark Tank Shootout in Shawnee, Kansas. Wow. What a big shot there for him to take the win.